Hello everyone, this is Razorflamekun, and in this episode of the Diablo 2 Lord Destruction Let's Play, we are going to begin Act 4. We're going to begin Act 4 by coming up here and talking to, surprise, Tyrael.
It is good to see you again, hero. Mephisto's defeat is a great victory for the light. I knew that you would eventually find your way here. The Pandemonium Fortress is the last bastion of heaven's power before the gates of the burning hells. This place has been hallowed by the blood of thousands of champions of the light, many of whom were mortal, like yourself. Now, the final battle against the prime evils draws near, and you must face it alone. I have been forbidden to aid you directly, save for a few bits of wisdom. For this is the hour of mortal man's triumph, your triumph. May the light protect you, and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. There is a dark, tortured soul who was trapped within this forsaken realm long ago. He was called Iswal by mortal men, and in ages past he was my most trusted lieutenant. Yet, against my wishes, he led an ill-fated assault upon the fiery Hellforge itself. Despite his valor and strength, Iswal was captured by the prime evils and twisted by their perverse power. They forced him to betray his own kind and give up heaven's most guarded secrets. He became a corrupt shadow of his former self, a fallen angel trusted neither by heaven nor hell. For his transgressions, Iswal's spirit was bound within the form of a terrible creature, which was summoned from the abyss. His maddened spirit has resided within that tortured husk for many ages now. It seems to me that he has suffered long enough. I implore you, hero, find Iswal and release him from his cruel imprisonment. Put an end to his guilt and suffering.
And immediately upon speaking with Tyrael, we get the first quest. And as you may notice, there's only 3 quests in Act 4. So, as you can see and tell, we're going to get some quality time with this act. Much less time than the other acts, but as you can also see, I went ahead and did a bunch of rune upgrading, and I now have an Ort rune, which adds 150 lightning damage to weapons and adds lightning resist to armor, helms, and shields. And I have much less in terms of runes now. Now, jewels are kind of rare, but I don't think I'm going to keep that one because it is a bit... How shall I put this? It's not as good as some of the other ones I'm going to put. I might get in this act. Anyways, there's only 2 people in this, 2 vendors in this area.
What do you need?
Jamela, who is the person that you will buy potions from, and speaking of which, there are a bunch of potions that I need to go ahead and change out, because Jamela sells greater healing potions, and those are better than healing potions, quite obviously. So we're going to go ahead and pick up some, sell all of these that I have, sell that, sell that, sell that, and sell that, and let's see. Oop, one too many. Now, I'm looking through these, and let's see. I'm going to sell that one because... Actually, I probably shouldn't have... Okay, I'm going to buy that back. That one's going to be kept. This one's going to be sold. The reason why I'm keeping this, the fire resist, is because if I remember correctly, there are a lot of fire-based enemies in this act, and as such, I want to keep as many of them as possible. Now,
Hello.
Halbu is the armor slash. He's basically the armor slash. He's the armor dealer. That's what I should say. I'm not gonna look for a new weapon. I'm gonna look mainly for 51, 45. Okay, this one has better defense, but this one has better everything else. So this one's gonna be kept. We got Gothic shields, which are better than the... They are better than the shields that I have right now. So that's just something to keep in mind. Plate mail 161. Oh, that's actually better than the one that I currently have. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and buy that. And we are now ready to head out into the first part of this area. One thing that I want to go and do really quick. Wow, there are a lot fewer waypoints than I remember. So we're gonna head down into this staircase here into the first area of Act 4, which is the outer steps. We're going to be finding these Doom Knights, which are definitely a new monster. We're also going to be fighting, looks like, a minion already. And wow, there are a lot of... I actually was not expecting to run into a minion monster this early on in the... in this act. So that does indeed that is indeed kind of odd. But I believe this is actually a nope, he's not a super unique. I thought he was a super unique. Oop. I think I just picked up what I just pick up what I think I did? Yes, I did. We now find super mana potion and super other potions. One other thing that I should mention is this is a different kind of... This is an upgraded version of the club. It is... I don't remember what I don't remember what the name of the upgraded weapon that you find in Nightmare difficulty, but this is the first of them. I know that the ones you find in the Hell difficulty are elite, but I can't remember what these are called. You'll start finding some of those later on in this act, especially in this act. So just keep that in mind when you're going through this. Oh, and I keep on forgetting that they actually drop their whatever they have quite a bit after you use them. These trap souls, you do this, and then if they have something, they drop it like a couple of seconds after you do that. Anyways, one thing to mention about the Doom Knights is that they are undead. So you can use holy spells if you're a paladin, and it'll actually deal damage to them. Oop, another super. And another super. So that's one strategy you can use in this part of this act, is you can use that sort of strategy to help you defeat the enemies in this area. Ooh, a ring. And some other stuff. This is why I wanted to keep the fire resist, because I remembered that we actually are going to be finding a lot of fire type enemies in this act. And that the Venom Lords that we see are the first one of them. We also have these Doomcasters, which have homing missiles and can drain mana from you. So just be careful when you're fighting them. If you are a sorceress or anybody that uses a lot of magic, because they can easily take out your mana and leave you completely defenseless in terms of being able to use spells and the such. So just watch out for that. Now, come on. The reason why they're so devastating to the people that use magic in the such is because of the fact that they have mana burn, or drain mana, which obviously drains mana. So you just want to keep that in mind. And bring extra mana potions if you're a magic user. For the most part, when I fight as a paladin, I don't use mana too much. So I don't really have much need for mana potions, because although there are some people who actually do use a lot of mana as a paladin, it's just one thing to... oh, and necromancers also use a lot of mana as well. I kind of forgot about them. But overall, Act 4 is actually a fairly short act, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong in that regard, but I'm not exactly sure if I am. Okay, 10%, 115 attack rating, potentially plus 5. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that so that my attack rating goes up, because yeah, my average chance to hit a Venomer is only 66%, which is not very good. So I think I'm gonna go and swap that out, and I opened this portal for a reason. My god, I don't know why the hell I just...
Hail to you, champion.
I have no idea why I just completely ignored it. But yeah, crap, I did not mean to use that. The reason why these are good to keep is because they sell for 500 each, and 500 actually is quite a lot. If anybody knows what the name of the upgraded weapons and armor that you can possibly find in Act 4 on normal, please leave a comment in the comments below. It would be very helpful. Nope, 16, 10. My god, yeah. This is where it starts to get really difficult to change equipment, because you just start getting some really good equipment, and you just don't want to get rid of it. Although my gauntlets aren't very good. Although he doesn't seem to sell gauntlets for some reason. Anyways, Jamela is the person that you can gamble from. And I think you, starting around a certain level, I don't remember the level, but you can start finding the upgraded versions of weapon. Ooh, Gothic Shield. Hell, let's do it. 35, 42, okay, but I'm still gonna get 7,000 of my money back, which is good. But you can get some of the upgraded stuff from Jamela gambling, although it is fairly rare, and you wouldn't get it for, say, like, example, plated belts. You might get it for boots, like the lower level stuff, like clubs, boots, that sort of thing. You won't get it for the higher level, the stuff you find in the later acts. Most of the stuff that you'll get the upgrades for are going to be for the Act 1 equipment. That you okay, gauntlets, 13, 18, 1 dexterity, 18. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell those. Gauntlets are gonna be the ones that I'm going to want to try and get a better version of, because of the fact that my current gauntlets aren't very good. Oh, we can start finding crowns. That's something to note. But yeah, I'm not gonna do this for much longer. Just another couple of, like, 1 or 2 more times going in and out, and then we're gonna head back to the outer steps. And so let's, did I sell all my equipment? Yes, I did. So we're gonna head back to the outer steps and continue along this area. We got some more Doom Knights here. Just take them down using the same tried and true methods. How close am I? Oh wow, I'm 8,000 experience away from my next level. Now I don't remember where exactly Iswal is. I think he's somewhat. I don't think he's in this area, but I think he's in the next area. It's not because I can't. Actually, it is because I can't remember. Because I haven't gotten this far in a long time. But I think he's in this. He's either in this area or the next area, and this is the path to the next area right here. But we're gonna explore the entirety of this area because we can get some. Oop, Dirk. I'm gonna keep it, but I don't think that it is one of the upgraded versions of the upgraded equipment that I mentioned. And I really need to figure out what the name of the upgraded equipment is, because that is really starting to bug me. I'll go ahead and look it up in my strategy guide after I record this episode. Oop, and I'm now level 27. Yay, 27. Oh wow, I'm getting like 900 experience. So let's see, what do I want to increase here? I think I'm going to do that. 2 in dexterity and 3 in strength. That'll work. And now for skills. What do I want to do? Conversion's kind of nice, but I think I'm going to mainly stick with some of my other skills right now. Not skills, you know what I mean. Let's see. Wow, actually, Holy Fire is actually pretty high. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to increase that. So, increase the Holy Cold because, as I mentioned before, I don't think very many enemies in this area are going to be resistant to cold, and if they are, I can easily switch to fire. The fire spell. Let's see, F1 is the fire. F2 is the cold, okay. I actually, when I played Diablo 2, or back when I played it quite a lot, I actually never used the hotkeys for skills. I always went down and clicked and changed the hotkeys by my just clicking and changing them without using hotkeys. And probably not a good idea, especially when you're fighting enemies like Diablo later on. And yeah, I'm just warning you right now that Diablo, when we get to him, that's gonna be a very, very long episode. It's probably gonna be longer than half an hour long. Mainly because there are many steps involved in fighting him. The reason why I actually know this is because I remember fighting Diablo quite. He's one of the guys that I actually like fighting quite a bit. Because he is extremely hard. When you first fight him, he's pretty difficult. And you probably will die. If not once, more than once, because he deals a lot of damage, as is expected from all of the main bad guys that we fight in this game. But overall, it's a much different fight than the other ones that we've done already. It's sort of like the Mephisto fight, only much larger in scale in terms of the amount of monsters you have to fight. And there is a particular strategy that you can use to fight him, but more on that when we actually fight him. Right now we just have the outer steps to get through, and yes, I'm going to explore the entire map. He's going to go to town and kill those things, which are... they're trapped souls. They're not really enemies per se. It's just that if you stand right next to them, they'll actually damage you. So I guess you can say that they are enemies, but the amount of experience that you get from them is just negligible. I don't think you either gain no experience or very little experience compared to the other monsters that you're going to be fighting in this area, like the Venom Lords and the Doom Knights. Yes, that's what they're called. And I'm saying that more for my sake than your guys' sake, because to be perfectly honest, it's probably going to be one of those things that I won't remember like the names of the enemies is one of the things that I don't think I'll remember too much. But the good news is that good experience in this area. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting like, let's see. We're gaining exactly 900 experience in this area, which is quite a lot from these Venom Lords anyways. I'm not sure how much the Doom Knights give. Looks like they give about 500 experience. So this would be a good area to train in, because you can get some pretty decent experience in this area. 900 experience, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it is quite a lot of experience. Considering how many monsters you're actually fighting in this area. Let's see. Yes, they do gain. So those things do give you experience. Although I was right, they don't give you very much experience. They give you like 5 or 6 experience. And that isn't fair. Are you serious? They're dropping chipped gems in this area? Oh, that just really sucks that they're giving such, ooh crap, run away. That they're giving yep, 5 experience for those. I was right. It just sucks that they aren't giving very much experience. They're not giving very high quality gems. At this point, I would expect to find starting to find regular gems in this area, but that does not seem to be the case. And yeah, that's kind of disappointing in my opinion, but it looks like for the most part, this area's been completely and utterly explored. For the most part, there's a few parts of this area that I haven't explored yet, and that would be right here and over to the left here. So I'll go ahead and explore these areas really quick, and then I think that'll be the end of this episode. Looks like there's a little bit more up this way that we can, yep, just that little bit there, and then we can go down this way, just down this way, and find some more of these trapped souls and other things that could give some items, and then that's pretty much it. Looks like that's the entirety of this entire area. Tall rune. Is that the rune that I think it is? Plus 75 poison damage. Yes, it is. That's a really good rune, and I'm really happy to have gotten that at the last second. But that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, we will continue down into this next area. So until next time, this has been Razorflamekun. May all of your days shine brightly.